Welcome to the Mulligan Menace. Today we're playing Selesnya Cats. The whole idea of this deck is all the synergy that you have between all your cats. I'll go through the cats one by one. We have the Vanguard here. Nice to have the incidental life gain. Cat Soldier. Savannah Lions 2-1 for 1 casting cost. Used to be a really good card back in the day, but today it's not as good as it once was. The stats just haven't held up over time. The Dawn Wing Marshal. It's flying. For 2, it's 2/2 Cat Soldier. It also has that ability if you pay 5, you can have creatures you control get +1/+1 until the end of turn. Helpful Hunter helps you draw some cards. It's only a 1/1 though, but allows you to go wide while still getting card draw. We have Cat Druid. It's a 3/1 for 2. Does Surveil both when it enters and when it dies. We'll skip over the Anthem. We got the first Fang, 3 casting cost. That is one of your lords here, +1/+1. And then whenever it enters or whenever it enters or another non-token cat you control enters, create a 1/1 white cat creature token. Basically allows you to go wide pretty quickly. And then we have the Savior Cat Beast. Allows you to put some counters on 2 creatures, lifelink. And we have the Regal at the top end. It's another one of our lords, 1/1 lifelink, and then or cats you control get 1/1 and have lifelink. And when this creature enters, create 2 1/1 cat creature tokens with lifelink. The big payoff card in this deck is Claws Out. Affinity for cats. A lot of times you can cast this just for 2 white, and it has a great ability of +2/+2 until end of turn. But that combined with like the Anthem effects of the Anthem of Champions gives everything +1/+1. You obviously have the 2 different lords here that can put put +1/+1 counters. You also have Felling Blow as a removal spell that puts a +1/+1 counter on things. There's an odd 3 of the unicorn in here. The whole idea here is just so you can enter or have all those creatures enter after this with +1/+1 counters on it. You're basically just trying to grow your army with counters and all the lord abilities that you have on here. We do have a 1 of Unflinching Courage and an Angelic Destiny. These work surprisingly well in this deck, but you'll actually be able to see that in some of the gameplay footage. I did change up the mana base while I was playing this deck. This deck originally was actually copied off of Untapped, and I found the mana base had a lot of tap lands that came in tapped, and unfortunately that slows you down dramatically in this kind of a deck where you're trying to really go pretty aggressively. So you'll actually see I switched out the mana bases during the gameplay. I did add 1 of the Restless Prairie. It has that really neat ability on there. Whenever this land attacks, other creatures you control get +1/+1. With this go wide strategy, that just seemed like it fits really well with that. And it's only 1 tapped land in all of the land that we're playing here. Otherwise, what else do we have in here? We do have Banishing Lights, just helps get rid of those things that you need to get pesky items out there. But I think that covers everything else in the deck. Please, I don't make any money on these videos currently, so if you could hit that subscribe button below, hit that like, thumbs up. I really do appreciate that. Helps out the channel dramatically. I know you don't pay for this content, and I don't make money doing it, so any help that you guys can help out by doing that, I really do appreciate that. Otherwise, let's get into the gameplay. All right, we go first. We do have creatures to drop. Let's take it. We want to get that 3rd untapped land here. Put the lines down early. We get some early damage. My guess is they're mono red though, with the mouse icon. They're not. Still could be Boros. They're going to be gaining a lot of life with this deck. Put the tap land down. The Vanguard. Back in. Okay, we can do some destruction. If they cast a creature, we can just kill it with this if we wanted to. Otherwise, we can pump our creatures. We do have a Lord as well. Ooh, okay. So they might be dropping the Pinnacle next turn. This is the artifact deck that we're playing against here. So we're going to give them a turn to do these artifacts. See if they have a Pinnacle. My guess is they might drop it if they have it here. Alright, we'll bait out the Pinnacle again. What do they have for instant speed? I could be wrong. It might not be the artifact deck. Gain life, I'll attack in. If they had that flash creature, they could kill one of my creatures. We'll see what they do. Card draw? That might be what they have. They might just have the card draw that they're waiting for the fourth to use. Banishing Light's gonna be pretty good. Let's just attack in. I want to keep something on the in my hand up, yeah. 'Cause I just feel like a board wipe's coming. Okay, there's the consult the chart. You know, I shouldn't have been too worried about the Pinnacle. These don't get hit by the Pinnacle, so I shouldn't have held them back, but... Watch him do a white. I should have done that earlier. Yeah, we got him if they can't do a wipe here. Interesting. And they do a bounce. They have to counter this. They have to do something because it's going to be 13 damage otherwise. Oh, they're getting in 2 life, so it wouldn't matter. They're still going to be alive after this. Let's put it on that. Let's put it on that. The most unassuming creatures I want to put it on. They're going to get 2 more life off that as well. And we will do this. Just trying to diversify. Okay. Day of Judgment. We knew we were going to see something. Game 2. Counter on that. Man, we're just loaded with land here. Turn. 2 authorities made it really hard for us because we've already done 20 damage to them, I'm guessing. Oh, that's unfortunate. Nothing good here. That is the mill deck. They have the river churn here. They're most likely sitting on another white. we're just waiting to counter. This is looking for the other river churn. All right, they don't have enough. To do both this turn. But my guess is they're sitting on a counter. I will Banishing Light that monument. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I need those cards anyways. I didn't think about this, but Rest in Peace actually prevents this card from really working. So Rest in Peace not only takes care of this deck, but it also takes care of all the recursion graveyard shenanigans. Hey, buddy. What are you doing? I think we're going to be seeing Rest in Peace being played a lot more. Just because we're seeing a lot of the graveyard decks out there. The Bringer deck is starting to get a lot of popularity. Okay, pass. While we're waiting, please hit that subscribe button. Really appreciate it. I know I've said earlier that I don't get paid doing this currently, so any subscriptions or anyone that subscribes or likes my content, I really appreciate it. Helps spread it. Gains 2. It's unfortunate every time I cast. But I do get to surveil. Yeah, it really does help the channel. Helps it grow. I really do appreciate it, so please subscribe. Yeah, we'll take that. Next. Back in. We can do 2, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 next turn, if they don't have a counter spell. Or removal. Come on. We do all that because we can actually cast this in Unflinching Courage, put it out a creature, and then cast the claws out. We have enough land to do both of those. That gives me the +2/+2 on each of those creatures, so that's 4 damage, 5, 6, 10, 11, and 12. Quite a bit of damage if we wanted to do that. We did hold off. We're trying to get them to use up the another river tree. That tells me they don't have it this turn either. Alright, I'm going to go for it next turn. We're just on a clock playing against this deck. So. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, they got rid of our unflinching, so never mind, that doesn't work anymore. But it's okay, we can still do enough damage. Because now we just need the claws out because we were able to get the damage in the last turn. Go to my turn. Look at that. Like 2 of those suckers. See if they counter this. I'd actually love to see them do like a full counter on this with the card draw. Like a 3 steps ahead. Because we have another one in our hand. Haha, look at that. We gotta give him the good game. Nasty. Nasty. Good game. Alright, opponent goes first on this one. We don't have any early plays here. We only have one creature. But man, would that be fun to play these cards. Let's keep it. Hopefully we draw into something. Gain life. We'll drop our cat next turn. This land base seems a little suspect. Probably could have dropped the Thespian, to be honest with you. Probably didn't drop the right card. Let's do this. Go back in. Drop that next turn. Do we want the unicorn? We don't really have a lot of creatures that are going to be dropped. I don't think we want to move on from that. I'm gonna say no block. We're gonna give this thing some crazy ability here. Flying first strike. Next turn, we're gonna get a +2/+2 and it has trample and lifelink. This is gonna get kind of nasty. We can actually kill him next turn. Yep, good game. We got the courage and the unflinching, or in the giant growth here. Free, yeah, I mean, sure. We'll even give him the good game. What a fun deck. Alright, let's check out Selesnya Cats here. We got Vanguards, we got Savannah Lions. One goes first, we'll keep it. Let's cast the Lion, followed up by 2 Vanguards. Ooh. I think no matter what, our creature's gonna end up dying here. We'll see. Take 1 damage here. Huh. I guess we have to. They're probably going to kill a Vanguard. They don't want us to gain life. Okay. I guess they can sack their Fanatical to kill one. Let's see what they do. Attack in, no block. Okay, we're gonna drop this first, which gives us fail. Interesting. Yeah, we don't want that. We're gonna get some life gain going here. We can attack in for 4. So we'll actually block the challenger with this. I'm more than happy to trade. Interesting. Alright, we'll keep that. Gain a life. Cast that. 2 more life. Back in. It is interesting that they have a unicorn in this list. This isn't my list. I did pull this off of Untapped. Just wanted to see what this deck's all about. Yeah, that makes sense. Man, they could almost not afford to attack in here because of... Yeah, they need to get rid of something. We just need a creature. That way we can gain some life. Alright. That's not a bad one. Gives us a creature and allows us to drop down to 6. I will drop, or block with the Thespian. Well, that's unfortunate. Is he going to double block, or gonna... No, he's not going to attack. We'll cast this, draw a card. Well, that's unfortunate. We're going to attack in here. We're going to be able to surveil, which is really nice. Get rid of that. We don't need that land. Make them think we got something in our hand. Okay, Holy Claw. Ooh. Down to 1. They've done a good job getting rid of our... I ain't gonna do it. Good game. Alright, Selesnya Cats. Let's see here. We got the draw spell. We can get this down. We'll keep it. Especially because it comes in with the tap. Ooh, it's flying. We'll keep it. Captain in first. We want to get that 4th land. There it is. Coming in tapped. That's not that bad. Let's see if they try killing this thing. Okay. They're a flyer out. They're gonna have quite a bit of land next turn. We want to get this out. If I'm from blocking, damage in. That can cause some shenanigans. We already got our 4 lands, so I'm okay with that. We can put that on top. Do. Giant growth. Let's attack in. I don't think they'll block, but if they do, I can giant growth. Alright. Cast. That's the hunter. We're trying to go wide so we can cast our claws out. Great. That's unfortunate. Okay, so we have to block this thing. We do 8 damage to them. Let's do this. Do a +1/+1 counter on these. This gets a counter. Yeah, we'll attack with the 1. If you want to trade, they can trade. I just didn't want to. I mean, we would have had to block on the return anyways, so. Okay. Land would allow us to double cast. Let's say untap. Let's get this in play. Should have attacked. Gotta kept our claws out available. Right, they're down pretty low. This claws out, I think, is gonna steal the game here. Untap land would be probably what we want. I'm not sure if we're really bad. Oh, they took damage. Oh, they're casting something big here. Oh, not bad. Nice, good game. All right, we go first. This actually is not too bad. Would like to have a turn 3 untap land, but beggars can't be choosers at this point. We do have a untap land. Do we? It might trade here. No? Alright. That's fine. Back in. Good, good, good. No block. So you do Unflinching Courage. The issue with that I already played a land. I shouldn't have done that. I could have probably done this. Let's just do Unflinching Courage. We'll put it in there. We'll attack in with that. We'll gain 5 life. They're probably going to target this right away. do wish I would have cast the Helper Hunter and put the Prairie in play. Alright, we got the Hellkite. Killed our creature. That's unfortunate. This is interesting. We still get our life gain here with them attacking in there. That would have been really nice to have this untap one. Next turn, though. Next turn, we can surprise them with some shenanigans. We'll go up to 19. This will kill them if they don't get rid of that Thespian. That's not going to do it for him. Oh, and they're tapped out. Give them the early good game. Draw. Oh, that's nasty. Good game. All right, that was playing the Kitty Cats. Pretty interesting deck. It has some interesting synergies for this. I will say that I think the Rabbits is by far better than this deck. I think this deck really relied a little bit too much on just the novelty Angelic Destinies and Flinching Courages to hit. Just seemed hard to line up things. Anytime you drop something like the first Fang, it just ate removal right away. Really kind of tough. And then later in the game, when you're dropping these 1-drop, or even some of these 2-drops, they don't feel as strong as that you feel like they should. So really challenging. Claws Out, that is an awesome card. You can really surprise people with this. I don't think a lot of people even know what this card is, just because you don't see this deck too often. Good Fortune Unicorn. I was actually surprised by this one. It had a little bit more. It helped out a lot more than I thought it would. Thespian, really liked that card. The Surveil was really kind of nice. You didn't mind blocking with it, with getting rid of those pesky threats, especially those aggro, red aggro decks. But all in all, a little bit of evasion. Wasn't a bad deck. I just don't think it's as good as the Rabbits deck that's out there. So definitely, if you want to play a tribal deck, I would go with the Rabbits one over this. But if you happen to have the wild cards, why not give it a shot? It is an interesting one to play. Like I said earlier, I don't get paid for these videos, so I really appreciate it if you could subscribe, hit that like button. It really helps out the channel. Otherwise, have a fantastic day.